Namaskaram. The pandemic was certainly a shot in the arm for many of us, compelling us to reinvent ourselves. I've enjoyed the unique opportunity it provided to watch the work of so many of my fellow artists across the world and share mine as well. Between recording and editing Dance Conversations last year and sharing it with you all this year, I had so many aha moments. This is an archival project to digitally document Indian dance in Southern California, the work and projects of the Arpana Dance Company and myself. Who are these individuals whose paths crossed mine? Even though I've known each of them for nearly 30 years or more, I had so much more to learn about their own journeys, aspirations, inspiration, challenges, and philosophy, and how that informed, influenced, and impacted my own. Why did these encounters take place? Some were areas of interest for me, so I initiated the alliance, and others were friendships that spawned projects. The comments and responses I have received from friends and my students post-viewing have indeed been very heartwarming. Each and every one of my guests is highly talented and accomplished, and I'm eternally grateful to them for their honesty and generosity. Dance Conversations was made possible because of the extraordinary support I received from Shreya Nagarajan Singh and Colin Herzog of Chennai-based SNS Arts Development Consultancy, my dear husband Harish, who's the resident production and tech assistant, our son Ashray Harishankar, who composed the music, and our amazing partners, Nartaki, Indian Raga, IDEA, and Indian Classical and Folk Arts of Australia. Thank you all for watching and subscribing to the channel. If you've missed any of the episodes or would like to revisit them, they would be available on the Arpana Dance Company YouTube channel starting this week. I wish you all a joyous season and a fabulous 2022.
I mean, he was exquisite in somehow communicating and making sure we learned the way that he wanted us to learn. And, we are all successful in our own ways. And we owe it all to Vadya.
That time she told me, Dominic, you are soon going to get 40. If you want to learn Karanas from me, don't wait. So this came in my ears, and I came back to France with Malavika, and I said, I must find a way to get a fund, to get money to come back. So that's how I came in 2000 and 2001.
And then in 1960, I was invited back to Japan for a conference, 61. And then Bala and her whole troupe came. So that was the first time I saw Bala in India. Well, being a friend of Vishwa's, Bala accepted me as a friend of the family. And that's when I got to know all of them. We hung out together in Japan, and I took them everywhere because I spoke Japanese, of course. But later I went to India. I think my first trip to India was in 1964.
Your group is so fun to talk to because it's the same journey of how do you leave your country and maintain something, right?
Yeah.
And so when I can't remember how we got in contact with you, Ramya, but I was intimidated because when I went to India, I fell in love with India, right? And the musical tradition of India is overwhelming.
Yeah, he dragged me and put me in dance class, and there's all these girls, and I'm the only boy. Unheard of boys learning at that time.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't stop dancing. I don't know what. All I can remember is I didn't stop. Everybody had stopped around me.
My amma was really keen on me learning dance. It wasn't because I had this dying passion or real strong interest when I was a kid. And it actually wasn't until I got a knee injury when I was 16. And I took 1 year off of dance only because I couldn't do Murumandi. And even Arumandi was really difficult for me during that time. And it was only during that rehab that I was like, I really love dance.
Camera's vision of Natya could be so very different and so beautiful. Like I say, a 3 minutes piece on stage is nothing. It will just pass off. But a 3 minutes is such a long time duration for a camera. We could go fast forward, we could go flashback, we could do multi-layering, which are not possible on stage.
Welcome this change of introducing North Indian poetry into the grammar of Bharatanatyam was not easy. It was initially a very rocky road.
Did I want to dance, or did I want to have this experience of dance for myself? Or was it because of him? It took me many years. I suppose in our conversations were part of that process for me to figure out, is this him or me? You know, and what is me? If there is a me that wants to dance or understand dance, who is that?
Quite magical was the fact that, we didn't realize it, but actually all three of us were learning with Mami at an incredibly wonderful stage of her, as I said, reclaiming the dance, and after this 30-year lapse of a complete retreat, and coming back